Hello, welcome to my second video on AQA Paper 1 2019. My name is Tazir Hussain and I'll be going through some further questions on this particular paper. So in this video I'm going to go through question 13 on this paper 1. So here I've highlighted or brought up the question where James is a sole trader and you've got an extract from the statement of financial position here. So that's, if you look at the dates, that's start of the year and that is end of the year. And you also have some additional information about the fact that he sold some assets, so that's a disposal. And it doesn't seem to be anything that he's purchased by the looks of it. So we have a question here which has got your non-current assets and you have a disposal as well. So the first thing that you should be doing is looking at the balance that you had over the start of the year is bringing down to this cost account here. Okay, so even in the title of this account it says cost account. Okay, so that is really important to remember. So this balance brought down here of cost of £80,000 is going to go here. Now why is it on the debit side? Because this particular account is an asset account. This side would increase your asset. So the only thing that you'd have here is things at cost, not the net book value, not how much it's depreciated by, not how much it's worth or how much you got for it, just the cost of everything that you have and maybe everything that you may have sold. Okay, so this would be your balance brought down on the 30th of 4th 2018. You then have an asset that you sold. Okay. So by looking at the information, it says on the 23rd of April 2019, just a few days, like a week before the end of the year, you sold some fixtures and fittings for £14,000, which you received a cheque for. The original cost, so this bit here is important, the original cost is £24,000. So we have to dispose of this £24,000. So we have to get rid of the £24,000 from our assets because we no longer have this asset. So the narrative would be disposal and the correct date would be the 23rd of April 2019. So in regards to your cost account, this is all what you need to do, and now you would need to balance the account before you look at doing anything else in particular. Okay. So this is the highest side here, so this adds up to £80,000. This adds up to £80,000. So therefore the balance carried down must be the difference between the two, which is £56,000. This is your balance carried down on the 30th of the 4th 2019, and then on the 1st of May 2019 your balance brought down is £56,000. So this concludes doing this particular cost account. So there's nothing else that needs to be done in this particular account. So the second part of this question is asking you to have a look at the disposal account. So you already have a credit entry here regarding the £24,000 for your disposal here. So automatically this becomes on the debit side here, £24,000. And we would call this fixtures and fittings at cost. And the date was the 23rd of 2019. So that automatically just is the double entry here. So you've got the credit here, and then you've got the debit here. Now the second thing that you have to do, you always have to dispose of the depreciation, because so far we have only disposed of the cost. So in any kind of disposal question, there are two things that you need to do. So when you're talking about disposal, you have to dispose of two things. The first thing will be the cost, and the second thing you have to get rid of is the depreciation associated with the asset that you have got rid of. So going back to the question itself, it says the fixture and fittings for £14,000 received. The cost was £24,000, and it has a net book value of 14,400. So you should know it is cost minus depreciation equals net book value. So therefore 24,000 is the cost minus, we don't know what depreciation is, equals the net book value of 14,400. So therefore that must be depreciation of £9,600. Okay. So I'm just going to replace that here. So depreciation must be £9,600. So this is the depreciation we have to get rid of in our accounts. So to get rid of depreciation, we have to normally put it on the debit side of the depreciation account to reduce depreciation. So here it would go on the credit side. So here you'd have depreciation 9,600. So this was the original cost, and this is how much is depreciated by. So we are now disposing of depreciation. So we put the date 30/4/19. And now we don't balance this account. This account does not have a balance because it actually does not appear in your financial statements. But we should be able to work out whether we made a profit or a loss on what we have sold. So let's see how much money we actually received for it. The amount of money that we received for it is £14,000 by cheque. So that's, you debit the bank and therefore you credit your disposal account. So your bank here is £14,000. Okay. So by looking at the figures, this adds up to £24,000, and this adds up to 23,600. So this side is £400 short, and this is the bit that goes in the income statement as a loss. Okay, and that makes sense because if you look at the question, you can probably tell from the question, it was worth 14,400, and you only got £14,000 for it. So you must have made a loss of £400. But this is how it's shown within this particular account. So because you're not required to do a carry down, brought down, you simply just total both sides up just to close this account down. Okay, and therefore that concludes this question. Again, if you found this video useful, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll try to create as many videos as you can, and if you've got any requests of any particular questions you want me to go through, just leave it in the comment box, and I'll try my best to do that particular question. Okay, thank you.